Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kevin Null. I'm CEO and co-founder of Truthify. I have a question for you. What if you could find out how someone actually feels when you digitally convey your message? I look around, there are thousands of companies and people here trying to find out if someone's interested in their pitch or their product or their idea or their story. You have no clue, and you're going to do your best to read the body language. I've been reading body language the entire time here. I've seen a lot of what I would say disinterested reactions. Well, we've actually built an application, a mobile application, that will tell you how someone actually feels when they consume your video message or video content. We're going to go right to a demo, but I'm going to explain how it works very, very quickly. The application analyzes the movement of 43 muscles in a person's face 14 times a second on every single device that is consuming your message. That video, those emotional responses occur from the limbic part of your brain. They happen subconsciously. So this is about the most accurate information you can get to find out how someone feels. So at risk of relying on the internet here, we're going to go ahead and share it real time. Could we switch over, Carlos? Okay, so you all are looking at my phone right now. What we have here is a list of a bunch of folks. If your name's on here, great, but we've been going around recording some folks' presentations and then playing them back for others to see how their visitors felt. Curtis is going to watch a video that I have sent him. He has not seen it yet. Can you share your screen too, Curtis?
I sure can.
So on the left is his application.
You gonna share it with me?
Oh yeah, I should probably do that. So all I'm gonna do is share. I could share via any app. In this case, I'm gonna share it with a friend, in this case, Curtis. I'll look for him. Curtis Schock, and send. And that's it. Now I could have shared it through Facebook, WhatsApp, SMS, email, doesn't matter. And now he's got this message. So go ahead and watch it, Curtis.
Sure.
We don't have sound hooked up. So I'll tell you what he's saying. I'm asking him, did he enjoy his experience here at Web Summit 2018? Simple question. That's all I asked. And in this case, oh, that's okay. I'll show it on here. Just maximize the screen. I can see that he showed happiness and disgust. Okay? I can drill in deeper, and I can find out precisely when he demonstrated those emotions. Now, if I go back further and I press play, I can find out the specific moment in time he showed happiness or disgust. So for instance, if I had asked about the internet access that we've had here, he might have shown disgust because we've had a few challenges with it. But imagine if it was your product. Imagine if it was a commercial. Imagine if it was your product pitch. Imagine if it was you asking someone if they were attracted to you. How valuable would it be for you to know how your audience feels on the other end of that presentation? Now, we've found the use cases here are endless, from advertising to marketing to focus group testing. You name it, we've seen it tested now. We've got users globally all over the place trying different ways to apply it. One of the more interesting ones right now with the Fortune 500 company that we're testing is essentially an exit survey when somebody leaves a hotel. How do they feel? Because, by the way, if for any of you that might be in that industry, people lie. Okay? When you have dinner, you aren't honest with the waiter or waitress about whether they enjoyed the meal, either because you don't want to get into the conversation and maybe the waiter or waitress doesn't care, but the business owner does. Every business owner cares how their clients feel. Every business owner cares about how their prospects feel. And we can now turn around and provide that information back to you at scale. I'll show you another example here. If you can pull that back up, Curtis.
Yeah, the air
Do I need to share?
Yeah.
What if you had a television commercial and you wanted to find out how it was received before you spent $100 million on the media campaign and put it out there? What would that be worth to you? So I can go to the pinned It's still not mirroring.
Yours.
Internet access. I'm sharing. There we go. I can go here. We have one that we tested with a Doritos commercial. We have another one, very controversial. We asked the question, do you believe Donald Trump's leading the U.S. in the right direction? Believe it or not, the reactions were far different from what people said as to how they felt. Now, very big differences between how people spoke in the U.S. versus Europe and around the world. But what it told us was people aren't sharing their honest feelings openly as they are behind the scenes. It happens with their emotional reaction. Now, Curtis, if you can shift to the iPad. Go ahead and share the screen.
How do you share?
Just swipe down. Where we're going next, maybe the more exciting part for us, because what we've had so far has been a social use case. And that was really for our beta test. How would people feel about it? How would it be received? But now we're going a step further. The most valuable thing right now out there is data. If you're an advertiser, if you're a business owner, every single person in this room that's represented in alpha, beta, growth companies, all the companies here, they want new clients, they want to retain the clients they have and continue attracting others. Well, now we can go a step further than just getting a click on a Google AdWords campaign and instead tell you how someone actually felt when they consumed your story or message, and even tell you who it was, provided they provide that consent. Now, we're in Europe. How do you get someone to provide that consent? Really simple answer. You compensate them for it, because they are the rightful owners of their data. All of you are the rightful owners of your data. So if we can show that, if we can share that data with the business owner who's trying to get it, we can turn around and compensate the viewer for that information. We call that, ladies and gentlemen, earn per view, just like it sounds. Earn per view.
Kevin, why don't you try swiping up?
Right there. So, and then I'm going to show you very quickly how fast I can share a message, because some of you may enjoy that. We've had people throughout the couple of days here uploading their pitch and sharing with others to find out how people are interested.
Good.
But
hey, time's up.
Time's up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry about that, Kevin.
All right.
Yeah, 7 minutes goes really quickly.
Your timer was different.
We know. They set the timer for 10 minutes because there's another 3 minutes for Q&A. You guys open up your Slido app inside the Web Summit app and look for Machine Demo. And here are the questions. How do you deal? You mentioned it, GDPR and scanning faces.
Yes, good question. We don't capture a face. We do not record a picture of a face. We do not record video. All we're recording are the positions of the features on the face and the movement of those positions over time. Everything is anonymous. Everything is anonymous, so we protect all of the identities unless you choose to share it with someone else until we start compensating for it.
So part of GDPR is transparency. Do people know they're being scanned?
Absolutely. Every time, as soon as you download the app, we explain exactly what we're doing. And that transparency is critical to us.
Okay, so how did you measure for accuracy in that algorithm?
Great question. So we travel the world meeting with all of the best AI companies. We ended up working with the leader in the space who has all of the patents that we can find on this space, a company based out of Boston, spun out of MIT. The data has been tested on 7 million people in 87 countries with 95% accuracy.
Okay, question here is basically, do people, when you use this for big companies like Google and Facebook, are you worried about that data actually being taken from them or stealing that from you?
Anybody who's in the tech business is worried about their data being stolen.
There you go.
There's no question.
Okay. Some I'm not going to read. You guys can see them up here. But how do you know if it's working correctly? Do you have to do a lie detector test for these people?
It's not a lie detector test. So what I would say is this is providing you, it's interpreting or translating the muscle movement of your face into emotion, and it gives us the probability that that motion was experienced. It's not lie detection, though. So really what it's doing is alerting you that, hey, an emotion was experienced. You might want to ask a further question or dig more deeply into it.
The business application, like what's the distance? If you're walking into a store and the door's in front of, what are your limitations from a business perspective?
Good question.
So, great question. There are others that are doing it with an audience audience kind of analysis.
Yeah, they
We're-
say I'm 36, by the way.
Yes.
I love it.
We're focused on up close on the device because it's so scalable. We can deliver that to 100 million people in a minute, whereas the audience can only pick up usually 25.
All right. Thank you, Kevin.
Yep.
Yes.
Thank you, Curtis.
By the way, that last question is, how does this compare to Affectiva? Affectiva is our partner.
Thank you.
There you go.